Hi, hello, beautiful, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, thank you so much for tuning in. I would love to have you be a part of my community, so make sure you hit the subscribe button. And if you are an oldie but a goodie, thank you so much for returning. So today we are going to be playing in makeup. Yes. Y'all, when you see this video, just trust the process. It's going to start out a little shaky, but by the end, we're going to end up with this beautiful masterpiece. Let me take my glasses off because I know the glare is picking up in the camera, but like, look at this face. This face is like sitting. My face is so scrumptious. Like everything just turned out so perfect. So I was in like a girl la la type of mood, and this is the makeup that I came up with. So if you would like to see how I got this beautiful, flawless, blurred face, then please continue to keep watching. And yeah, let's just go ahead and jump into the video. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Shanara. If you are an oldie but a goodie, thank you so much for returning. And if you are new here, I would love to have you be a part of my community. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and turn on your post notifications. Yes, so I want to play in makeup. It's been a long time. I've been on YouTube for 6 years now, and I started out doing makeup, and I really miss a full beat. I did a beat for Valentine's Day, but when I was editing the footage, I didn't like it. I also wasn't talking, which I don't know how much talking we're going to do in this video today either, but it was just a lot going on, and I just didn't like the footage. The makeup, very pretty, but I didn't film like the final makeup, and so it was just kind of like, you might as well scratch the footage if you don't have like a before and an after. It's just given, why are you throwing this at me? So I just wanted to properly come on here and let you guys know that we're going to be playing in makeup today. I'm super excited. I have all of my products out. And yes, let's jump into it. If you guys, this is probably going to be a very long video. So get you something to drink. Matter of fact, let me go get me a little taste of wine or something because it's 6:18. It's Saturday. I literally just started my lady. And I have a lot of feelings. I have a lot of feelings and I have a lot of emotions. So I'm like, I need to do my makeup and just feel pretty and cute and all of the things. So I've done my skincare maybe about 30 minutes ago at this point. So it's had a chance to like sit and soak on my face a good amount of time. Let's do the makeup. So I usually start with brows first when I do like a full like glam. So I think that's what I think I'm gonna stick to tradition, and we'll start with our brows first. So let me find my brow pencil.
See, not too much. Just enough. Just enough for the city. Girl, somebody's screaming outside. What's wrong with them kids?
That's all I'm doing to the brows, and then I'm gonna take. I'm gonna be interchanging these two concealers throughout. So we'll be using the Fenty Beauty We're Even Hydrating Longwear Concealer in the shade 370N, and then we'll be using the Pat McGrath Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Concealer in the shade M18. So I think when I did my Valentine's Day makeup, I used the Pat McGrath under my brow. So girl, I'm going to do that. I'm actually going to let that dry down, and I'm going to take If you don't have one of these are so important. I'm going to take one of these little makeup palette things and I'm going to put one pump of this NARS Longwear Radiant Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation in the shade Cadiz. I'm going to put 3 pumps of that actually on my palette. And then I'm going to put the House Labs Triclone Skin Tech Foundation in the shade 385 Medium Neutral. I'm going to put 2 pumps of that on here. This one is a little watery, so a little more watery than that one. So I don't really need too much of that one. But what we're going to do is mix them together on a brush, on a flat brush. And we're going to use that to outline our brow at the top. So I'm just going to take a little of that and just wipe it off on the side. And then I'm going to stick my brush in the House Labs. And that's what we're going to carve our brows out with. And y'all, I know this foundation is not even my shade, but like, girl, work with me. And so I'm actually going to take this Morphe M132 concealer brush to blend this out at the top. It done took me 15 minutes to do these brows. Baby, if you don't have the time, this is not the face for you. So let's go to the next part. So while I'm marinating to see if these is the brows that we're going to keep, we're going to go in with the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Blurring Balm Powder in the shade number 7. And this is also not my shade, but at the time when this first came out, I was so thirsty to have it. And yes, I am hitting pan on it, but I was so thirsty to have it, so I just had to have it. And now, instead of using it as like a all-over foundation, I really just use it as a primer. And it does have like a tint to it. So like, I know my face is about to start looking a little bit ashy, but like, I promise at the end of this, it's going to look so good. It's going to look so good. So I'm just going to take this Morphe M103 foundation brush, and I'm going to use that all over. We're going to go in with our LYS contour stick in the No Limits contour stick in the shade Courage. And this is where it's about to start. If you thought I was looking crazy before, this is where it's about to start, like, I feel coming together. I made this side a little too low, but oh well. And then we're going to go in. Do I want to use this one? We're going to go in with this Pro Slope foundation brush in the shade 47. I got these brushes off of Amazon. And we're about to use this to blend. Okay, so we still look a little crazy, but it's gonna all look good in the end, I promise. So you have to go back and forth with your brushes. And now we're going to go in with blush. We're going to be using, I got a sample in my Sephora order of the Danessa Myricks Blurry Bond Powder Low Lighter and Flushed. Girl, it's the blush and the highlighter. I tried it out the other day. I wore Bellini to work, and then I also wore Rosé and Brunch to work, and then I mixed them both another day. So I think I'm just gonna go in with this Rosé and Brunch because it's like a pinky kind of color, and that's the way that I'm feeling today. I might end up mixing in a pinch of that Bellini, but for right now, that's what we're gonna be using. And then I'm using the Real Techniques contour brush number 206, and I'm just like sticking that in there. And girl, I didn't know that was gonna come out like that. And this is how I've been liking to do my blush lately. I bring it in to my under eye and all up to this part of my eye. I really brought it down too far. I wasn't trying to do that, but oh well. We'll fix it in a minute. So I don't know if y'all can see what I'm doing, but I'm just going in like a little C shape. And then I'm going to take the brush I blended my contour with and just go over that so it don't get lost. And then I like to dust like a pinch on my nose. I don't know. It's just so cute. Okay, that's enough. Okay, and then I'm gonna go in with my concealers finally. And I'm actually just going to, no, I'm gonna mix them because why not? I'm gonna put down the Pat McGrath in M18 first. And I'm gonna put this right here. Oh Lord. And I'm going to mix this Fenty concealer with it. And I'm gonna put that in the inner corners. This one is more neutral. The Pat McGrath is more yellow. So Pat McGrath costs too much for me to waste, so that's why I mix them together. Because we will be getting our money's worth. It's a great formula. But I have to use that up before I buy another one. I won't be throwing no makeup away around here. Which is why y'all see these shades that don't match. Because this makeup costs too much. Anyways, I'm going to let that like dry down for a second. Okay, and now we're going to blend. I'm going to try not to move the product too much. Okay, so we have all of our creams on. Everything is blended. We've got a little blush, not too much, a little concealer. And now we're going to set our face. So we're going to take this Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Pressed Powder in the shade 320 Natural Tan. We're going to use this to set our under eye. And let me just... make sure you don't have no creasing before you set. because how it looks is how it's going to sit. So I'm going to take my Sephora puff, swirl that in there a little like this. I'm going to get the excess off on the back of my hand, and I'm just going to press and set this under my eye. And some of my brow has gotten lost, so I'm gonna go in and fix that real quick, and then I'm gonna take whatever is left to go over my brow like that. And then we're gonna go in with the Juvia's Place, girl, I don't know what the name of this powder is, but it's in the shade Cookie Dough. And we're gonna use that to bake. And get some, tap it on the back of my hand, and then whatever is left on my hand, I'm gonna use that to do the rest. Okay. There's that. Now we're going to set the rest of our face. And we're going to be using, I can't deal with that powder, it stresses me out. We're going to use the, girl, is that a better way to do this? Okay. We're going to use the Sephora Micro Smooth powder in the shade 58 Almond. I don't think they make the shade anymore. And I'm going to use this number 93 brush. And I'm just about to get a good amount of that on her just to set the rest of my face. And then we're going to go in with I don't really like, no. I probably should use this brush for that. I'm about to use the same brush that I used for my all over face powder. I'm about to use the Juvia's Place bronze palette in the shade dark. I'm about to use this shade up here, the top shade, and I'm gonna use that same brush to put on my bronzer. And because I want to be a little extra today, I want to use I want to use this Morphe bronzer in the shade Trailblazer. This is what she look like. And then I'm gonna use this AOA Studio high definition brush in E104 to ooh, and then I'm gonna use the same brush to run this in my crease a little bit. Okay, and then for blush, powder blush, we're gonna go in with, I don't got that many options. We better go in with this Sephora collection matte perfection blush duo in the shade English Rose, and I'm about to just swirl this brush in here, to be honest. And it's the Buret Design 79 brush. And then because I just want a little color, I'm gonna just sweep that a little bit under my eye so that everything can blend together. And then I'm gonna take this Pat McGrath Labs Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Blurring Under Eye Powder in the shade Medium to take off this bake. Or press in the bake, I guess, rather. Okay, and then because I didn't like dust that away all the way, I have to, I know. And then the blush, the blush brush, we're just gonna go over that like that. And then I'm also gonna take the same blush brush to go over my nose to bring that back. And then for my eyes, oh Lord, we're gonna go in, girl, with this Wet n Wild brush that don't have no name on it, that's been in my collection forever. We're gonna take this the Warriors palette by Juvia's Place in the shade Ahosi, and we're gonna tap that right there, just so it look like we did something, or at least try to do something. And then the same contour brush, we're just gonna use that to blend that out so it don't look crazy. And then because we are making sure everything blends, we're going to use the blush brush to barely go over that. Okay, that's it. And now we're going to take, I haven't done a black liner in a long time. We're going to use this LA Girl Shockwave Neon Eyeliner in the shade Blackout. I need a pencil sharpener. I forgot to use my under eye primer when I was doing this. Oh well. And okay, that's sharp enough. Sharpened enough, rather. Okay, so I did my waterline and I tight lined the top. And then I'm going to take a, if I can find one. I guess this brush is going to have to work. This is a e.l.f. blending eye brush. It's just a little fluffy brush. I'm going to take the Morphe bronzer, this Glamazon bronzer in Trailblazer, and sweep that. I'm going to try to keep it as tight as I can to the eyeliner, but we just don't want eyeliner. I want it to blend. Okay. And then, I got eyeshadow in my eyes. I'm going to take this dark brown in Mino in that shade, in that Warrior palette. And I'm going to find a brush. I just have one. I'm going to use a really thin, this thin Bucart Design brush in 20. It's a dual-ended brush. I'm going to use that to go into this Mino, this dark brown, so that I can like smudge it on my top liner. Y'all see? Without, with, and like a little baby wing. Not too much, not too much. And then I kind of want to bring it just barely on the inside. Okay, that's it. That's all I got. That's it. That's all. Ooh, it's in my eyes. And then what we're gonna do next, because we have everything else on, we're gonna use the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. Okay, and so now that the Morphe has done this thing, I'm gonna let the rest of that like air dry, but we're gonna do our lips next. So I'm gonna use this NYX lip liner. No idea what the shade is, it rubbed off. So I'm gonna use this to line my lip. Okay. And then we're gonna use, girl, are we using this? Oh, I need this. No, we want this. I'm gonna go in with the NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Vanilla Cream Pie. And then I'm gonna use this Fenty Hella Thick mascara for the bottom. But I am gonna put on some clusters, and the clusters that I'm using are whatever that is. Whatever they say. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce it. I'm gonna use this what they look like. And I'm gonna use probably 114, maybe 2 14s, and then 12 the rest of the way. I don't know. We'll figure it out. And then this just some lash glue that came with the last cluster lashes I had. Use what you got. Let me put the lashes on and call y'all back because the battery about to die. Okay, y'all, lashes is on, mascara is on. What I did was 3 14s and 3 12s. All the way to the inner corner, and then yeah, that's all I did. I haven't done nothing else. Let me put some clothes on or something, do my hair, and then we'll come back and we'll wrap this thing on up, y'all. We'll wrap it on up. All right, you guys, so I have my clothes on. I did something to my hair, and I did touch up my lip just a little bit. So let me tell y'all, last thing that y'all saw, let me get a little close. Let me get a little closer. Okay, so the last thing that y'all saw, I had just did my lashes. Y'all, this one right here is getting on my nerves, and I really might pull it off because I am not a fan of lashes sticking me in the inner corner. But anyways, this is how the face turned out. Like, I really do like how everything looks. Like, it just looks so good. It's the perfect, like, dewy makeup, but like there are some parts that are matte, and I don't know. I really like how everything turned out and ended up coming out. For my lip, I know y'all saw me put the NYX liner on, and then y'all saw me put that butter gloss, the NYX butter gloss on, but I also just went in with this Edam Le Chouchou lip softening balm in Chateau Rose. It's just like a pinky kind of color with a little bit of glitter in it. But yeah, I just put that on top, like a little dab, a little topper. And then I also went like very ever so slightly on my cheeks. I went in with this House Lab Rose Quartz highlighter, and then I like just like dusted it on there like so like that little sheen. Yeah. Anywho, this is the final look, y'all. I am about to try to find me something to eat because I am hungry. Let's zoom out a little bit. Yeah, so this is it. This is the finished and final look, you guys. Let me know if you did enjoy this video. Leave me a pink heart emoji in the comment section if you did make it this far. But thank you so much for tuning in and watching me play in some makeup, y'all. I hope you learned a thing or two during the process. But yes, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you beautiful people in the next video. Bye.